Greetings. My name is Coach Veronica Marie, and I am here to deliver part 7 of our book study discussion. This discussion is part of a free group I'm hosting for individuals who have purchased my most recent ebook called Self Intimacy, which is a beginner's guide to self-discovery. So if you've purchased the book and you want to join the book study, send me an email. Send it to veronicamarie@mail.com. If you want to purchase the book, you can purchase the book on my website at veronicamarie.com. And so, as we are learning to become more intimate with self, we are in the topic of self acknowledgement. In order to acknowledge your experiences, you have to actually know what you're trying to acknowledge. And so, here we talk about emotions. For the intents and purposes of this book, our emotions are the physical experiences of our activated belief systems. In other words, when something around you activates a belief system, you're going to have an emotion. So right away, you could see that the reason you feel particular ways is because you believe particular things. I often hear people say somebody made them mad or made them feel bad or made them feel insignificant or small. I've also heard people say, I didn't want to make them feel alone or make them feel like I don't care. Realize that you cannot make anyone feel anything literally, and nobody can make you feel anything. This is a foundational thought. Because if people can make you feel something, then you are powerless in these situations. And we understand that we are not powerless in the way that we experience life. We are not powerless. Other people do not control and do not have to control our experiences. You feel a way because you think a way. It's important for you to realize that. And so thinking, thoughts, and feeling emotions are two separate processes. Sometimes I ask people how they're feeling or what they feel, and they give me thoughts. And sometimes I ask people what do they think, and they give me emotions. Both are important. So I always suggest that people Google emotion words and increase your emotional vocabulary so that you can more accurately communicate to people what you feel instead of saying, I feel a way. You can describe the way that you feel in terms that someone else can understand and relate to. It helps you to be clearer, not only with other people, but most importantly, within yourself. Because when you are using accurate words within yourself, then you are that much closer to honoring how you feel. And when you're accurate with other people, they are more likely to be able to honor what you feel. But if what you feel is ambiguous or unclear, then how can you be assisted? How can you be known? You really can't. All of us have had the experience of having a conversation with someone who wasn't very verbal. It felt like pulling teeth, right? Well, you have that experience inside of you when you don't have a broad emotional vocabulary. So take some time today, Google words for happy, Google words for angry, Google synonyms for sad. There are different kinds of qualities of sadness and different qualities of anger and different qualities of happy. We're doing this because we want to acknowledge how we feel in an accurate way. And because how we feel is so important, we spend time doing the work of being able to know ourselves. We're worth knowing. The feelings are worth labeling and describing. And so that's your work for today. Increase your emotional vocabulary. Secondly, understand that you feel a particular way because you think a particular way. If what is happening outside of you is consistent with what you believe should be happening, then you experience positive emotions. When something going on outside of you is contrary or conflicts with what you feel should be happening, then you feel negative emotions. This is why you feel. So, if you ever wanted to get to the bottom of an emotion, number one, you need to label it. Number two, you need to know what you're thinking about it. That's important. So, for example, if I live with a person and they walk in and they don't say good morning, well, if I feel a particular way about that, let's say disregard it, then I ask myself, what am I thinking? Well, I'm thinking that they should have said good morning. You believe that people should say good morning, or this person should say good morning when they walk in, but they didn't. Your belief system is activated. You believe people should say good morning. They didn't. Your belief system is activated. Now you see that what is going on outside is contrary to what's going on inside. You can act one of two ways. You can decide to talk to the person to make sure they're okay. You could get really upset, and I want to say three ways. You could get really upset, or you could just allow it to be. As humans, we don't always say good morning, and it doesn't always mean that something is wrong. This is an example of feeling away because you think away. Then, as you continue to ponder on those thoughts and more thoughts come, you begin to experience more intense emotions. Imagine if you felt betrayed by someone and you already felt upset because you felt they should have been more supportive, but they didn't support you. You felt betrayed. So you begin to think on how they betrayed you and what could have happened. And you begin to intensify your own emotions. Before you know it, you are pretty intense. And some of the things you're thinking on didn't even happen. Think about that. If I began to think about how a person betrayed me and I could have been harmed and my children could have been harmed and this could have happened, none of that happened. I'm talking about what could have happened, and even that will intensify my emotional experience. So I wanted to give you an understanding of how your emotions work in conjunction with your thoughts, and I have given you this assignment to increase your emotional vocabulary. And that is the end of the teaching for today. Remember, you can purchase my book at veronicamarie.com. And you can join the book study by sending me an email at veronicamarie@mail.com. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next